Right, welcome to part 3. Okay, so we're going to continue with the appropriate formatting to all cells except row 2. So, as you can see here, the title of the spreadsheet doesn't really stand out. So we're going to merge those cells, probably merge them up to E actually. Okay, merge and center. Be a good idea to make the title bigger. Okay, and maybe colour the background. So I'm going to colour the background and put a thick black border around. So, right now, you could add borders. I wouldn't spend a huge amount of time formatting these. Okay, so like maybe I might format every quarter here. Okay, with a thick black border. So you could break them up a bit so they could see the quarters. And a thick black border there. Okay, and maybe break this up with a border here. I'll hold down Control so I can select all of them. Okay, there we go, and then maybe just add all borders here, so it just looks a little bit better. I wouldn't mess around too much with colours and stuff. Like I said, you've got very limited time for your exam, so just do simply what's necessary. Okay, so as you can see, that took me about just over 2 minutes. Okay, and I would not spend any more time than that. So it says, next one says, edit the formula in B11 so it rounds the values to the nearest dollar. Display the contents of this cell so it only shows integer values. So we look at B2. So where's B2? Sorry, no, B11, apologies. Here's B11, so you can see that it needs to be rounded up to the nearest dollar. Okay, so how you do that is you need to edit the formula in here so it rounds up. So it rounds up. Now, is all you do is simply, as I said, edit the formula. So you type in round, add another bracket at the end here, comma, 0, and there you have it. So equals round average. So, and then here you're saying round it to the nearest 0, to the nearest dollar. Press enter. And you can see now that's been rounded up to the nearest dollar. So displaying an integer value simply means that they don't want you to take this off of the currency. It's all it means is that basically put it to 0 decimal places. Okay, so then that would be the integer value. It's up to the nearest dollar. There is no pence. There's no need to see the 2 decimal places on that one. Okay, so that's that one done. Now, what we need to do is save and print the spreadsheet showing the formula, and it has to be in landscape orientation, and the row and column headings are displayed and contents of the cells are all fully visible. Okay, so right, I'm going to extend this now. And what this means is, so as you can see, I have lines down my spreadsheet. Now what that means is this is one piece of paper, that's another piece of A4 paper, and that's another piece of A4 paper. So we need this on, as it says, one single sheet, landscape orientation, and all formulas need to be visible. Now you can do this with a keyboard shortcut by pressing Control and the key next to number 1. On the left of number 1, which has some funny squiggles on it, and that will display formulas. Now the other way we can do this, if you're not very good with keyboard shortcuts, is if you go to formulas and show your formulas, and it does exactly the same thing. Okay, right, I would maybe extend some of these out so the examiner can actually see all of the formula, because all formulas have to be visible. They don't want to see anything cut off at all. Okay, so there we are. We just check these and they're all fully visible, so they can see that all the formulas are here and they're present and they're correct. Now we need to make sure this goes on one sheet, so I'm going to go to home. I'm going to select all of my spreadsheet, all of it. Okay, right, just the area, okay, where all the formulas are. Then you go to page layout, print area, and set the print area. So now this is set the area, it's only going to print on this area. Okay, but if we go to File and Print, and you see the print preview, you can see this has gone over 6 pages. Okay, we don't want 6 pages, and it's still on landscape. Sorry, portrait. So now you go to Orientation, select Landscape. And you can see that the guidelines here have moved. And now go to this little arrow here, and what we're going to do is fit to one page. Now, the mark scheme also wants to see row and column headings are displayed and all content cells are fully visible. Now, we know that it's on landscape and we know that the formula is showing and all content cells are fully visible. So, now if we go to margins, just double check that again actually, it says row and column headings are displayed. Okay, row and column headings. So we go to, sheet, and row and column headings. Okay, so now when we go to print preview, we can see that it's on one sheet. It is very small, I know, okay, because there's a lot to show. And you can see that the row and column headings are now displayed. That would be ready to print. You can see that your footer is displayed here as well. Everything the examiner wants to see, okay, all in one, all on one page. Okay, right. So imagine I've just printed that. Now I'm going to put my take my formulas off. So I go to Formulas, select Show Formulas, and there we go. We go back to our values. There's still more to do on this. So now next part, print the spreadsheet showing the values. Make sure the printout fits on a single page and all contents are fully visible. So that's just printing the spreadsheet as it is. So we go to page layout again. We double check that everything is how it should be. So we go to print preview. Now we can see row and column headings are displayed. All values are displayed. Header, footer is displayed. So that's that done. So that's your second printout, ready for the examiner. Now, what we've got to do for this part of our spreadsheet here, so we're on the last part now. Okay, so it says update the spreadsheet with the following data for December. Income was 45,000, expenditures 42,000. So December is here, and income. So you can see that we clicked on the right cell, we clicked on income. So 45,000. You don't need to put the $sign in. You don't need to put any dots in. Please don't do that. It will recognize it as a character. Okay, and it may not work. So, well, it probably won't work. So here we are, and you press enter, and you can see our spreadsheet automatically updates because we've got our formula, and our formula does that for us. That is the beauty of formula. So here we go, 42,000, expenditure was 42. So let's just double check that I'm actually on expenditure. There we go, 42, 1, 2, 3. And watch everything here change. There we go, so that's all changed. Right, so everything here is done. Now, it says, again, print out your spreadsheet and just do the same as you've done before, and it should print out perfectly well. Right, thank you for your attention, and I hope you found this relatively straightforward. The total spreadsheet for the spreadsheet marks is 37 marks, and if you followed my guides, you should have got the full 37 marks. Okay, right, next part is web pages, so click on the next video to go to web pages.